By now, you've probably seen the new legislation against race cars in the news somewhere. There is now an act trying to fight this legislation called the RPM Act. But what is the RPM Act? To actually understand what the RPM Act is, we have to go all the way back to 2019. The RPM Act was created by U.S. Representatives Patrick McHenry and Paul Ruiz to protect the right to convert street cars into race cars, which the EPA's Clean Air Act strictly prohibits. The RPM Act, or better known as the Recognizing the Protection of Motorsports Act, is a bipartisan bill with supports from both Republicans and Democrats that has overwhelming support from car enthusiasts and non-car enthusiasts alike. Racing is huge. Like, really huge. The motorsports industry is currently valued at over $5 billion and expected to reach over $8 billion by 2025. The industry is dependent on race cars and modifications of said street vehicles to be used only for racing. The RPM Act reverses the EPA's interpretation that the Clean Air Act does not allow for a motor vehicle designed for street use, including a car, truck, or motorcycle, to be converted into a dedicated race car only for racetrack use. This long-lasting American tradition was unquestioned for nearly 50 years until in 2015 when the EPA took the position that converted vehicles bought solely for street use must remain emissions compliant even though they were no longer driven on public streets or highways. In addition to taking a private vehicle and converting it into a race car, the manufacturing, selling, and installation of race parts for the converted vehicle would also be a violation. And besides from the $5 billion motorsports industry, retail sales alone of just racing products makes up almost $2 billion every year. Most of the vehicles raced on the estimated 1,300 racetracks operating across the United States right now are converted vehicles that the EPA considers to be illegal. So what can we do? Is the government going to just come and raid shops and take away cars and remove parts off of vehicles? No, that's not going to happen. But what you can do to prevent anything from happening to our racing industry is go to SEMA's website, and if you go right where it says Recognizing the Protection of the Motorsports Act, go to there and it says click here to tell your elected officials to support the RPM Act, and then that will sort by state, and then you can tell your elected officials to please endorse this. And now that you've heard all about the RPM Act, I would like to call out two specific individuals, my Florida senators, Rick Scott, Marco Rubio. Please look into the RPM Act. Please endorse it. It would not only make me happy, but everybody in the motorsports industry happy, and it would protect this entire multi-billion-dollar industry. So I would hope that you guys would look into this, and I would like to thank everybody for watching. Thank you for your time, and I hope this informs you.